And who am I? That's not a secret I'll never tell. You know you love me. XO.
Hi collective, welcome back to another pick a card reading. We're back with another gossip update. Today is a great day. Thank you for being here. My name is Felicia and I run a nonprofit in women's health called DIVAS Can Manifest org, and sponsors this free tarot channel and makes this information accessible to all. So all of your views, all of your shopping at Cosmic Intelligence, that's our community spiritual shop, your personal readings, and any other ways that you give back, all of the proceeds go back to helping us make this information accessible to all. Thank you for being here. Check the description box below for more ways to get in touch with me and how more information about me and why we're here. And let's get into today's topic. Again, it's our gossip update for today. In group 1, you are the basketball. Group 2, you are the soccer ball. Excuse me, you are the football. And then group 3, you are the soccer ball. Let's get into it. Recently, President Trump just signed a bill for women in sports, and we're so excited to have seen this recent development. We also celebrated the Super Bowl over at a Renaissance Movement on Instagram, and we're so excited for the playoffs for the NBA coming in April. So this is important matters. These are important matters, and our docket also covers the OpenAI and XAI jury trial that also occurs on April 26th, and as well as the John Epstein files. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in your selection. Bye. Hi group 1, welcome to your selection. So you chose the basketball. So I'm hearing something about time. There was a timing in this situation, and like timing was up or something. Time was up because there was a new opportunity. This feels like this could be a Leo, Sag, Aries energy or Capricorn energy. These could have been, I don't know, this gossip on you could be like other people who you may have had like romantic relationships with. Some of these people are watching you get married, or they're watching you settle down into a long-term commitment, and they were maybe your previous options or people that you thought that you were married. Like this could be an Aquarius. Their name could start with the letter F, S, or D. This person is a Capricorn, this person is an Aquarius or a Virgo, Leo, Sagittarius, something like that. And I know that you guys probably have been getting, like, some of you guys have been uncovering your divine counterpart, and this has been over many years where you are actually manifesting a great fortune with the love of your life. And some of you guys are spiritual practitioners. Maybe you read cards as well, and maybe you've been like really, I don't know, this gossip, it could be around like that you're doing something superstitious, but this is not superstitious, like something where it's actually a truth that you predicted. Like this is something that you predicted. Maybe people were thinking that having psychic capabilities were like that was con artistry, that was a superstition, that it was something pseudoscientific, but something that you've proven to be true, or something that you predicted shows that you were like, that it was true, or that you were connected to, like that this was your path the entire time. And I also feel like this gossip surrounds like your manifestation coming to pass. Okay, a lot of it is coming to pass. A nurturing, sensitive, and caring relationship that you've been manifesting that represents a lot of wealth and great fortune. Okay. So, let's see, what's the current gossip on your group 1? We have Rebel. Okay. What's the gossip on your group 2? Yeah, it definitely gives alchemist energy. Like, I feel like something where you've been manifesting like your pain into power, and this power actually has put you in alignment with like a divine, like that's like maybe you've been manifesting your power couple. And this was like, I don't know, there was something that could have happened. I don't know, it feels like if these were like romantic partners from the past or something like that, they were stolen away from you or something like that, or you thought that you would marry these previous partners, but you learned out that the relationship broke down because of some type of like hidden base motivation through the energy of the alchemist. And it was always like, when you realize what happened or why the relationship broke down, when you were like seemingly the deep and tenacious relationship, you realize that it was something superficial, that they ended up rejecting you, not because they didn't have a deep and tenacious relationship with you, or a like loving bond with you, but it was because they fell into some kind of like, they rejected your legitimate authority within their lives out of anger. They rebelled out of peer pressure or fashion, or conformed to some kind of convention. You realize that there was deep root chakra deficiencies, and that you would not be able to, it was inevitable that these relationships were going to end. And so looking back, or like hindsight is 2020 in a situation, because like looking back, you can tell where it was so deficient now, and that they never were truly in alignment. You know what I'm saying? I think that you are just a really dreamy person when you get into your relationships, and you see the potential within everybody. And I think that you are, you guys could have a challenging Saturn placement like myself, like in Pisces, because you are very intuitive about your approach to your material realm. So this gossip definitely surrounds like the structures that you've put up in your life. And like a lot of people place their structure, like their, especially like around financial securities, like marriages, or real estate, or what kind of careers and social groups that they take up. You know, a lot of people make their decisions and form their securities based on conventions, conformity. A lot of this is illegitimate. A lot of this is peer pressure and fashion. And you're just like, no, I can't. I'm not motivated that way with the alchemist. And a lot of you people are saying that you challenge the conventional authority and promoted a big social change because of like, and you were inspired by all these romantic relationships that did something where they failed, or where you faced karmic endings because they did something conventional, stuffy, and predictable, and had a really deep like scarcity trauma or root chakra deficiency in some type of way. And you're like, you realize that it was never an alignment to begin with, because they never had their own spiritual system that served their inner needs. And so they were always going to be this, it was like inevitable that these relationships would end karmically, because you come to them as a reflection of their pseudo self. You are a spiritual system that serves, and they are conventions, peer pressure, illegitimate authorities, fashion, right? So this helps you transform. Like, I think that those relationships were all painful karmic endings because they reflected back to you fake. And it's not that you did anything, I'm not gonna say you did anything wrong, like, but sometimes not being aware could be the wrongdoing. So ignorance is bliss. But I think that when you get the reflections from these karmic partners, especially moving into your long-term, deep and tenacious relationship where the security is maintained, you truly have come to this, like, you truly can look back in hindsight and tell where, and share golden wisdom or something like that. And I'm also hearing that you can tell where the relationships just were not in alignment, right? You can tell so clearly now, but that's only in hindsight. Okay, what's the current gossip on you? We have networker. Yeah, I think that you are out sharing a lot of information. This is involving a lot of communication, and what you share engenders a social awareness and engenders empathy, and especially like sharing with people. If you're like, some of you guys are you just have this perspective where where it's a very deep perspective about trauma or insecurity. Maybe you're coming into a network as a healer, as a spiritual practitioner with the alchemist, as a psychic, as a spiritually gifted person, but you're very intuitive around, what, and like you send intuitive communications to a network, and it enhances the unity, and it makes them release these conventional belief systems and adopt spiritual systems that serve their inner needs, so that these weird, violent, chaotic, karmic endings can, like, I don't know, you make the world better in a way, okay? It helps people realize that, like, a lot of this conflict is people who are illegitimate in the first place. It's like, don't be conflicting with me, because that's something that's serving, like, that's illegitimate, that's peer pressure, that's fashion, and you just really, like, especially, like, I think because you are a maven, it's really hard for people to reject your authority at this point. I think that this is a beautiful time in your life. This is where you are so confident within yourself that your security is maintained in your relationship, because you're coming into a situation having your inner needs met, and so you're not so desperate for so desperate for security. And I think that your previous partners showed you where they may have chosen other people over you, they got stolen, or the relationships ended karmically in some type of way, because there was like so much, there was a lack of security, just in, like, from the inside out. These people never were internally secure. They were just conventions that didn't have their own strong belief systems. And I think that this is a beautiful time in your life where you are having an assertive engagement with the outer world, especially now that you're so confident and validated through getting rewards and recognition, high honor for your talent, skills, and gifts, and less about, conventional behavior where people will be motivated by superficiality, like sex, money, and power. And so this is really nice, I think. Okay, so let's get more about the current gossip. I think that this current gossip is actually, like, it feels like you were very successful in dismantling a spiritual system that did not serve us, okay, and made people realize that this was peer pressure, fashion, or illegitimate authority. And everyone, I think that the more that you help them, the more that you help them realize the base motivation or the hidden motivation, it enhances the unity, it strengthens the unity, it anchors people to the belief of what is right, just, and what serves on behalf of the collective, where previously they thought that this other conventional norm or belief system was the system that served us. And the more that you help people discern or heighten their awareness through this engendering of information, or you're very intuitive about what they need to enhance the unity in a matter, or to show them where they need to anchor their belief more, and it's like the golden wisdom that you share is you have an intuitive approach about sharing it, and it enhances the unity as well, and enhances the awareness about this spiritual system that didn't serve us, and it makes people accept you more. Okay, it helps people accept you more. I think that you could be sharing a lot of information about people who have been jealous of you, and this could be very triggering, okay, because you're showing up as this assertive engagement. Group one, okay, let's get a few of these. Okay, yeah, these are people that you're at court with, okay, and they were something previously established, so this is not, you have to mediate it, okay, because they have some of your money, unexpected money. Yeah, you're winning this matter, you're winning this legal matter, okay, because we realized that they were misusing their power. They were illegitimate power, and that's all you need to know. okay? We don't need to, you're getting rich as fuck. People are saying you're getting rich as fuck with this unexpected money. This mediation brought you a great fortune, okay? So let's get to tarot. Tell me more about these people. I think that what you're also mediating is trust issues, because you, especially if you've come from this ancestry or family, or you have a foundation with these people, you've kind of had to mediate your values and how they differ than these others, because these people were just mirroring your behavior or reflecting to you their pseudo self to your true self. Like, some of you guys were totally in the dark about these people committing these crimes against you. Like, when you realized that they were that they were illegitimate, or that they were angry, that they were peer pressure or fashion, you realized that your values were nothing alike, okay? So I think that you're clearing the trust issue karma, okay, and accepting and receiving your unexpected money. The Knight of Pentacles, the Magician. Yeah, you have everything you need from this matter. There's some end work though, okay? With the Five of Pentacles, there's a lot of end work here, because this involves, like, this could involve like legal, logistical things, legal paperwork. This is really hard to face, because it is actually the legal crossing in this revolution where you finalize the paperwork, okay? This is unexpected money for you, but this is the hardship, is that, you know, you receiving this money means that the contracts are signed, sealed, and delivered, and the court orders are approved. And that means that we have to say goodbye to people. Some of you guys have been letting go of people, like you've been severing people from your severing employments. There's been big changes in your organization. I'm hearing they were, when you merged, they were fired, okay? And there's a lot of unexpected money here. There's a financial increase here. But there are people who, you know, but there is a burden and hardship around the people who are losing their money, losing their foundation, losing their home, because they were so deeply scarce to be misusing this power, okay? And I think that your anxieties are subsiding, because you have everything that you need to manifest the final paperwork or something like that, but everyone feels so burdened by their participation in the foundation, okay? But when we learned that they were false, they were negotiating with an ulterior motive, that they were fake at the get-together, you realize that all this information that you were sharing was not someone that was looking for fulfillment like the way that you guys are. Your loving community is a spiritual system that serves us. This is the fully integrated terminal, whereas this other terminal, we're deeply deficient with these base motivations, okay? That's what I'm saying. Let's get one more. This is my new deck that I got for my birthday. LOL. This is called the Birds Animal Allies, okay? Let's get a it's supposed to be a uplifting oracle, okay? So let's get a little bit of advice for your gossip, okay? So this negotiation created a lot of hardship, I feel like, because they were participants in the foundation. But I think that we did reveal that they were illegitimate, angry, peer pressure, fashion, okay? And the punishment here is karma. Excuse me, the karma here, their punishment is prison, and this needs to get clear, because they can't, with the penguin, I will. So cute, so freaking cute. Oh my god, where's the guidebook? Okay, the penguin is definitely the animal ally, friend. Okay, let's get the guidebook for the penguin. Okay, so the penguin is dreaming and okay, so I'm just gonna, this could just help you with your, oh, okay, let's see. The penguin wisdom. Okay, let's take the penguin's wisdom. There are always ways to find new uses for established skills. Repurposing the familiar to make something new is a good use of effort and time. Yes, I'm hearing repurpose some of your old work is what I'm hearing, okay? And pay attention to your dreams. Practice trying to direct them before you fall asleep when you're in a liminal state. The very same skills needed for directing your dreams can alter your waking life as well. It's possible this whole life thing is all a dream. Make it what you want it to be, okay, penguin? Period. LOL, friends. But yeah, I think that in this matter, you have everything that you need to manifest what you, this unexpected money. I think that it's just unexpected. We're all shocked that they were doing this. Okay, a lot of us are shocked. That's why you've been having to mediate, is because they've all been, you know, a part of the foundation, and we can't believe that they were misusing their authority and creating this big division, is what I'm hearing, a big division. But I think that you were winning at court, and we have everything that we need to manifest our desired reality, because although we feel burdened by the loss because they were participants, we still cannot accept how they abuse their authority. Nobody's into that, friend. Okay, thank you so much. I love you, and we'll see you in the next one. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the football. Let's get into it. What is the current gossip on you, group 2? What's the current gossip on you? Okay. I'm hearing something with the air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Something happened at the football game. Something happened. They got communication about something at the Super Bowl. Maybe you guys went to go watch the Super Bowl. You attended the Super Bowl. You attended a game. Okay. LOL. And something happened where they got communication about something. Okay. So, let's see. Group 2. What is LOL? Okay, a brief illness. Okay, I'm hearing stress and negativity. Okay, I'm hearing some type of toxic expectation created a stress and negativity. Okay, let me see. So let's see. I'm hearing somebody fell out. Okay, a child. Okay, LOL. You could be a siren, or this is you both could be children, or you could have been children when your siren went off with this person. Okay, when you were a child, and this made them ill. Somebody, this could be another child, or someone, when they first met you, you were a siren as a child. They could have been a child, they could have been an adult. It's like, I think that the biggest woe of the siren is that your siren goes off, but not for the right reasons. I'm hearing that it could be unwanted attention, and it makes people obsessed with you. It's like when they first see you, they become obsessed with how your home, or how it could be like. If they see you showing up, and it's like when they saw your home, it sent off a siren that they didn't have the same kind of home. It made them ill with stress and negativity about how their home was not as great as yours, or something like that. Another child, when they saw that your home, like, it's because, like, you guys could have been attracted to Power 3 in yesterday's gossip reading, because this was a situation where this child was not expecting you to be so advanced or so intelligent, like something where you came around and maybe you were just a few years older than them, but even at the age they were at, they know that you were more successful or more advanced when you were their age or something like that. So when they saw your house and they saw your life and they met you, it sent a siren of chaos that you were more advanced and that you had a career and that you had a better life than them. Okay, and they just, like, I don't know what kind of expectations they had, but they were not expecting you to be their boss. They were not expecting you to be this advanced child or something like that. And I just think that this created so much stress and negativity around your home and position. I think that you were expecting them to be normal. Like, I don't know. I think that you were not expecting people to be so shocked by your home. You thought that because some of you guys come from well-endowed universities and networks, you and your social group all have the same home and nice things. Like, I think that when you went into a new network or something like that, it was a siren of chaos when they saw like your home. Okay, or they saw you being a handsome advanced child in a way. Okay. It's like something where they projected their negative, like their expectations were, like their perception of life was so fucked up, because like they just could not fathom that you could be like this. Like, and I think that you were just like, I wasn't expecting you to be doing that. I wasn't expecting that kind of reaction, like, because you come from a social group or a social group, a network that just, you guys had in gender unity, like you had unity, or you had a shared awareness around like this, like something where you went into a new network and they just did not have enough, okay? And maybe they were the same age, okay? So you have the gambler. What's the current gossip on you? You have the damsel, and then we have the addict. Okay, that's really positive. The current gossip is that, like, you guys are healthy. Okay, you represent the light aspects to these people. And I think that this is the siren of chaos, where they it's like something where you reflect light aspects to their pseudo self, and it triggered deep pain and shame. This is why they were obsessed with you, okay? Oh my god. That's so scary. It's like these people were addicts, they were gamblers, and they were damsels in distress, and you were just there, following your intuition, having a healthy romance, and addicting your own, not addressing your own addictive patterns of behavior. But I think that you had like a lot healthier addictions, or you had like subconscious addictions, where these people, and it manifested like in your home, showed that you had like a higher, that you were superior, that you were evolved more than them. Okay, so group 2. What's the current gossip on you? Okay. What's the current gossip on you, group 2? Rewards and recognition. They knew that you would have a higher honor. Okay. Earth element. And so that's why they started competing with you for high honor. And it was divinely timed that this was all going to fall apart, because they were never, I'm hearing this jelly team. When they saw your house, they became a whole team. Okay. When they saw that you were just advanced, you know, they knew that it meant that you would be an empire. They knew that you didn't have the same behavioral health problems that they had. They knew that you were like, you triggered their deep pain and shame, where they were just people who have been the gambler in the shadow aspect, relying on luck rather than hard work. These are really lazy conventions, lazy people who just try to plug the algorithm with some bullshit quality, and then now they're dried up and flopped and dropped. Okay, they were also women who, you know, other women or feminine energy that were the damsel in distress. They were people who get seduced by romantic illusions of, you know, with partners, you know, promising to provide for them. So they get dragged in their romantic relationships a lot. They don't have divine masculine energy that provides logic, structure, and support, and inspires the divine feminine to rely on themselves, like the damsel in the light aspect, right? Where you understand the healthy nature of a romance. Some of them, they saw you with a career, or they saw you with your own financial security, and so they knew you were having healthy relationships. They knew that you were getting divine masculine energy that were supporting your dreams and helping you become more, okay? And so they were just people who were waiting for men to provide for them, and so men never provided for them. Isn't that the irony of the weakness? Is that men provide. You think that waiting around for a man to provide for you is going to get you a man? You think that not finding your own, not relying on yourself is like the most illogical thing that you can do. It's the most unsupportive thing that you can do to yourself. It's the least amount of structure that you can give to yourself, sitting around and waiting for a masculine to provide for you. And when this siren chaos that ensued involved them seeing you having your own financial security, or having a way of providing for yourself, or making sure you have a healthy romance and like having something for the divine masculine to believe in is what I'm hearing as well. Like something where you just added so much value. It wasn't like, you know, you're not in a relationship where you're controlled with sex, money, and power, and that made them envious too. These people also did not have integrity and honesty. If you're here from Pal 1, they were definitely illegitimate authorities, peer pressure, and fashion, okay? And when they saw you, friend, they had, like, they were very addicted. They became very addicted to your structure with the earth element. They became very obsessed with your foundation and structure, and they literally, from the onset, nothing would have taken form for them if you had not come into if you had not come into their lives. Somebody's name that starts with the letter J, Jane, Janet, or something like that, P, or a letter S, E, A. It's like something where you came into their life and they build upon you. You're like the rock, and you are the structure that everyone, that they lean on in times of distress, and nothing else would take form for them if it had not been for you. So if you ghosted, friend, it would literally, chaos would ensue. I think that people's homes would become destroyed if you had not, if you ghost. It's like castles will crumble if you were not around. Okay, so if you committed suicide, friend, your family, these people are your family, and you might not have asked for them, but they needed you so much and they were jealous. Like, it's like crazy. Your family is jealous or something like that. It's like they need you so much for material structure, but they're jealous of how you were able to, that you were the one in which nothing could take form of, nothing else could take form of. I think, does that make sense? It's like you get a lot of rewards and recognition. So I think that, it was divine timing for you to earn credit for your hard work. But I think that there were so many people who built their house upon you. And so, like, if you disappeared, these people literally would not, like, something, like, it would literally become intangible, or they would dissipate. So it's like, when Megan says, I'm the reason my ops aren't homeless, like, that's indeed true. You are the reason that this jelly team isn't homeless, because, like, you came around and you sent a siren of chaos to help them realize that they were lazy, relying on luck and not hard work, that they were damsel in distress, under a heavy illusion that somebody was coming to provide for them, especially when they were not beautiful enough for that. A lot of them, you showed them their fake selves. You showed them that you did not have the same kind of addictions that they had, that you did not have, that you had integrity and honesty, and that's why they were jealous, is because you were just their opposite. Oh well, you were nothing alike to begin with, but they needed you to, build a home, okay? So if you ghosted, friend, it would not be good. So the gossip around you, is that you're getting all this rewards and recognition, and the jelly team is hella mad, okay? The jelly team is hella mad because their illness came out, okay? Their illnesses came out, LOL. Okay, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and then the Eight of Swords reversed, okay? So the current gossip about you is that there are two gentlemen that fight over you, okay? Because they both give you rewards. I'm hearing they both give you rewards and recognition, okay? But they both had a challenge where they missed the opportunity. And I think that because you guys, there's so much material forms that took up there were so many, like, nothing could take form without either of these masculines. So I think that both of them were with you when you were a child or something like that. And they could both give you a lot of rewards and recognition. The gossip about you is that one of them is the King of Swords and one of them is the King of Pentacles. Like, this could literally be an earth sign or air sign, where they had a limiting belief about the jelly team. And it was like, this cycle where they missed opportunity was where they needed to go release an expectation. So this created a lot of stress and negativity, because we all knew that they were the jelly team or something like that, but they had a limiting belief about why they were the jelly team. Maybe this could be relating to some unconventional aspect of your relationship, which I think you're very compassionate about. But I think that they were actually projecting the jelly team onto you. Okay, they thought that you were the con artist. They thought that you were the corrupt one. They thought that you were the damsel in distress waiting for men to provide for you. They thought you were the addict. They thought you were the one that was lazy, and not, relying on luck rather than hard work. And so I think that they both kind of missed they both kind of fell short. But I think that there was so much material form that was created around these partners, because like both of them were with you when you were a child and you didn't know how to do nothing, okay? And they give you awards, okay? I'm here, and they give you a lot of rewards and recognition, okay, already. But there was some kind of discord or conflict with the jelly team, okay, where they were juggling their perspective about something, and this created a lot of stress and negativity because you was not liking the jelly team around your man or something like that, okay? So, LOL, the gossip, you know, what's the gossip on you? Tell me about the King of Swords. They say the two men are fighting with you. I think that this King of Swords, they are, I think their past struggle was it was emotional insecurity, because it was a bond with, you know, as out of emotional insecurity. It was truly a burden that they share as well, a shared adversity, okay? And then this King of Pentacles, okay? I think that, you know, that was the limiting belief that they needed to release, was an emotional insecurity, and they needed more communication on how to build their self-esteem, build their security, okay, so that they feel, you know, confident with you. I think that they were just having a confidence issue. But this King of Pentacles is the one that you are in love with, is what I'm hearing, okay? This is the one that you have unconditional love with. This is the one that I'm hearing, that this is the one that gives you the most material structure or form, is what I'm hearing, okay? But I think that they have been lacking closure about this other child that was sick, that got sick about your rewards and recognition in your home, and they've been juggling their perspective and building their strength on how to release this burden or release this emotional insecurity around a shared adversity, okay, where they could be very sympathetic towards their cause or their plight in a way. But I think that this is definitely, you know, this other child was never, they're not successful in life, okay? No matter how hard they tried to mirror your intuition, no matter how hard they tried to act like they were, you know, ultimately it's just that they're on the jelly team, friends, and it's inevitable, okay? It's inevitable that they'll lose. But I think that this masculine, if this isn't two men fighting over you that they're gossiping about, this is definitely the same one man that gives you a lot of, that's been with you since you were a child, and they have emotional insecurity, that they have been bonding over a shared adversity. I think that you guys have been on this journey to unconditional love with one another, but they had to release a limiting belief around the unconventional aspect of your relationship and stop being burdened with the insecurity about it. Like something where they're insecure about unconventional aspect of your relationship, and that makes them struggle to release anger or any other kind of projections that could be related to their own poor self-esteem, that they need to take responsible for themselves and stop projecting it onto you. You're a healthy romance, and so they're really invested here, LOL. They love you. Okay, they said they just had a brief illness. They didn't do nothing bad or something like that. Some of them, they didn't do anything bad. They just, you know, they fell out too, friend. Okay. The jelly team fell out when they saw this man. Okay, something like that. This person that's been with you since you were a child, this partner. Okay, so let's get a penguin energy. What is the current gossip on you today? Okay, LOL. What's your advice for today's gossip? The dove. Okay, when doves cry. LOL, when doves cry. I'm hearing, I think that, let's get the text. The gossip is that this person smokes weed, LOL. And they try to hide it in a conservative way, LOL. Look for ways you can spread goodness in your community, your heart, and in the world at large. Creating a peaceful, nurturing, and clutter-free environment is a great step towards prioritizing mental and emotional health and safety. Inspiration for change, calm, and peace can be found in many places, including the mind. Okay, yeah, I think what happens is that, like, something where, you know, these children were really jealous of you, okay? There were other children or people where you were an advanced child, and they found one that they liked, is what I'm hearing, LOL. And they just feel bad for these other children that don't have, like, when they saw your peaceful, nurturing, clutter-free environment, it created a big burden, that because they didn't have one. And this was the high rewards and recognition that you have, is where you actually get a loving community that's gentle, that renews with you, that unconditionally loves you. They know that you have PTSD. A lot of them, they nurture you with information, they make you gifts, and they inspire you for change, and they're calm with you. I'm hearing that they're really calm with you, and they know how to handle you, LOL. And so when they see these other people, that they were really jealous that you had this. Okay, that's why you were a child siren or something like that. Like, even from the jump, even before, like, everything, I think, that happened, before the big structures, they saw your foundational structure, and that it was a peaceful, clutter-free environment, and it showed them, like, that they were not, like, it was just, it reflected all of these qualities that we discussed today. And I think that this is really great time to have a fresh start. I think that you are renewing in this relationship. If this is not two people, I think that this feels like one person. Since the Lovers is coming out, it feels like you're totally in alignment with this person, and that the air element around this person, they're very clear about this unconventional burden that they have. They're very aware that they're experiencing this burden, but they don't have enough. They're the King of Pentacles. They're in their economic power, which means that they're not likely to do something negative or be driven by selfishness, greed, or some other, like, sex, money, and power, to hurt you in a way. I do think that they're, the Lovers with you, and they're driven to succeed. But this is a cycle of renewal, where you get more structure around the relationship, and you get, like, there's more communication engendered to help this person build their security, and just, make them feel more confident around some unconventional burden that they've been having. Okay, I think, does that make sense? Thank you so much, group 2. Let me know how this resonates, and I'll see you guys in the next gossip. Bye. Hi, group 3, welcome to your selection. So you chose the soccer ball, so let's get into what is the current gossip on you. Okay, what's the current gossip on you, group 3? Did I say group 2? Group 3. You chose the soccer ball, so let's get into it. What is the current gossip about you? Okay, what's the current gossip about you? I'm hearing that you're someone's medicine. They're addicted to you. I'm hearing they're hooked on you. You're like somebody's medicine. They need you. Maybe they do have an addiction. Okay. Okay. But it's not just weed. Some of them got weed and something else. Okay. So let's see. Group 3. Okay. We have the ship. Okay. Group 3. We have the mediator. Some of you, this could be a continuation from group 1. Some of you guys have been on this long journey. Maybe you guys have been in a legal battle for a long time. Okay. Since you were a child or something like that. You've been in a legal battle since you were a child, but there's a big change where you're not a child anymore. You're a woman now. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. LOL, you're no longer a child, friend. You're becoming a woman. And this is why this mediation is coming to an end, is because you're getting everything that you need to become a grown woman, is what I'm hearing. Okay. So let's see, what's the current gossip on you, group 3? Okay. I'm hearing that now that you're a grown woman, you're considered to be a 10 out of 10. Okay. So this mediation is coming to an end. Because you may have been arguing with a grown woman, is what I'm hearing. Something where you may have been like, this may have been a mediation with a woman that was older than you, but now that you're mature, you have everything that you need to end this battle. Okay. So this person's name starts with the letter K. They can be a Cancer, Kiviet, or Kate. This person is a Leo or Cancer. This person could be a Capricorn, a Pisces. Someone's name is starts with the letter N, like Nina or Neil. Someone's a Scorpio, okay, or Aquarius. Someone's name starts with the letter F or letter S. I think that this has been this could have been a beauty contest. Some of you guys, this has been a beauty contest since you were a child, and someone told you that you were a 10 out of 10 when you were a child. So what they think the rating is now? What they think it is now, since you're a woman? If you was a 10 as a child, what are you now? Okay, I mean, you got a 10 based on the face card as a child. Okay, so this mediation, this has not been real. Okay, LOL. We have the gambler. We have the angel. I think that they have just been, we have the priest. And then we have the servant. Okay, so I think that these people, you know, this is not a matter, this is not about your beauty. Because I know that, I'm like, why are y'all trying to, please don't make it a beauty contest, because they already said that you was a 10 out of 10. Okay, please don't do that. Don't try to beauty contest. Just save it. Save it. Okay, we're not even doing that, because y'all ain't ready for that. You ain't ready for chapter 31, okay? When they see you this summer, friend, when they see you this summer, after your body, you're not a child no more. Y'all, don't play with you around the summer solstice, okay? Summer renaissance hits different, LOL, okay? Okay, now that you're not a child anymore, that woman that have been, this is a woman that have been coming around you acting angelic. Maybe they came around acting like the mother archetype or the big sister archetype or something like that. Like they came around looking like a sister, older sister, mature woman, right? This could have been somebody involved at work or school. And this person has literally just been, they have really been seduced by their role with you. Some of you love this woman, okay? You love this woman, but you realize that this woman is not your lover or not your partner, because they've literally just been an energy vampire, because they saw that you were a beautiful child, and so they were very obsessed with how your pole dancing journey would play out. Like some of them are 13 years into the game or something like that, or they're vets, they old, and so they were getting phased out, or they were getting, you know, they're losing intimacies. Some of them, they never had children, or they are just, you know what I'm saying, that they were never, you know, like I think the gossip could be about an older woman that never had children, and so because they don't have children, they don't have like a stake in the future or something like that, and they see this woman had become obsessed with your reproductive system, and become obsessed with your beauty and how it might reproduce, and so they may have been attacking your romantic partner, because that means that you would be reproducing, and they were just obsessed with how, if you were in an unconventional relationship, they were obsessed with how your children's hair would be, okay? Like they would have nice hair. Would I say this woman was an energy vampire? You might have had a spiritual connection to this woman. I think that they definitely had a role in the community, but maybe they were an illegitimate role in the community, illegitimate authority in the community. Maybe they were seduced by their spiritual role because you were a child or immature in a way. They were very seduced by you not having all of the information that you needed. And I think that now that you're a woman, right, that you're able to handle your behavioral health issues with the grace of a woman and not the grief of a child. And so now that this mediation is coming to an end, because now you're able to control your behavior in the mediation, and you're able to focus on the bigger picture and focus on the connection that you have with your mind, body, and soul and spirit, such that this woman that's an energy vampire that's trying to drain your life force, because they're like literally an evil spirit. They're not a woman that loves you, but they're a woman that's obsessed with your reproductive system and how your body changes, and they have been obsessed with your partners and using their womanly nature to steal attention from you, from your partner that may be older than you, okay? LOL, I'm hearing you're very handsome. You're a very handsome, advanced child, and this older partner that you serve, it's like something where you are like this partner servant, like you just, because it's very traditional relationship or something like that. If this is involving a romantic partner and they know that this traditional relationship is like a marriage, or that it's like intimate and stuff like that, and this person could be really struggling with you being younger than them, age difference, or you might be doing something destructive with your behavioral health issues because you're a child or something like that. But this woman, it's like something where you literally, as a child, you just had to rely on your intuition. You didn't know what was going on because this woman was seduced by their spiritual role as this womanly or motherly archetype, or this big sister archetype, or someone that was more wise in the environment. But now that you're wise, you are, or now that you are not a child anymore, you're becoming a woman, this mediation that you've been having with this older woman is coming to an end, okay? That they can no longer steal your mind, body, and spirit, okay? So they literally have been draining your life force because they've been stealing mind, body, and spirit, okay? Some of them make music about you, or some of them, you know, they make music about you, or they try to act like they are spiritual. They try to act like they're a spiritual liaison. They try to act like they're refining your character in a way or something like that. You're like, yeah, that's my older woman that I like, right? Some of you guys, this is the same gender. Like, this is another relationship that you have with another woman, and they have just been seduced by their spiritual role with you. And now that you are older and more mature, you can see that they have been draining you, and that they're not a rich girl. That they're like a love. That they're not one of your lovers. They're not one of your pure and devoted women. They are just someone who's trying to come around and steal, okay? Or they have their behavioral health issues as well, and they hate to see this intimacy that you have, or the comfort that you have with your partner, because they know that you serve them and you're a child, and they hate the fact that you whipped them as a child, and they're like, oh, they keep trying to say that, oh, you're just this child that's just supposed to serve us or something like that, and you're like, no, this is my intimate partner or something like that. I'm not playing, okay? Tell me, with the Three of Cups reversed, the Eight of Swords reversed, and the World reversed, okay? Yeah, this older woman, I think we just need time to heal, because we can't believe that they got canceled because they were seduced by their spiritual role friend, okay? Like, they were disordered in a way, and they were like, it was weird that they did this. It's like something where they were trying to act like they were an authority, a legitimacy, and you've been mediating with this person because you know that they were seduced by their spiritual role. Some of them, they were teachers in the environment. Like, maybe they were pole dance teachers, maybe they were yoga teachers, maybe they were tarot readers or something like that. And then we learned that they were misusing the spiritual practice or seduced by their spiritual role by telling people lies. I'm hearing that some of these teachers were literally lying. They're not imparting the spiritual insights. They're misusing or abusing the students, or manipulating the students, or teaching the students destructive things. And now that, because you were a child, you didn't have all the information or skills to like enlighten people about this challenge. Or to take this person's position, is what I'm hearing. But I think that this cycle is coming to an end, where they're getting the psychic death. They can no longer, I'm hearing this person took one last bite of obsession before it's, the end. And you've been having like a blockage around this because you're just still maturing or something like that. But you've been applying so much pressure to this person who's been acting like they have a spiritual role and that they care about the students. They really don't. Like, they don't care about the children. They don't care about, and this has created a big hardship because people are realizing that, like, this mediation where you've been having to stay strong, and there's been a lot of canceled friendships because of this. It's literally, now we're coming to the point, the peak of the mediation, where they're realizing that just because you were a child doesn't mean that you were wrong, and that this other person, they were a woman or older, and they thought that that person was more trustworthy, but we learned that they were really just like misusing their spiritual role, or they were seduced by their spiritual role. Like, they were actually seduced. They seduced themselves. Like, some of them are pedophiles, like with the children or something like that, teaching the children, like, they're pedophiles, and like and they find like desire. They could be the child traffickers. They do find sexual desire with children. Some of them are just they were seduced by their power and that they had over the children, or that they had over other people in the community. And when we realized that this was an illusion, that they were actually manipulating, abusing, that they actually were lying, like literally lying, and people have been relying on these like tarot readings and stuff like that. People have been lying about like you know, they really haven't been wanting to help. They really haven't served a purpose. You know what I'm saying? I think that they are canceled, friends, successfully. But we can't believe that we made you mediate so long. We can't believe we didn't believe you. But it was just that you were a child, friend, and we were struggling with your age difference. We were struggling with you being this young person that really, you know, was the spiritual system that served us, where this other person got seduced by their role and didn't impart insights, abused, manipulated, taught the wrong things, didn't want us to master ourselves. Like they're seduced by their role because they actually don't impart the information that we need to master ourselves. Okay. And some of you guys have been struggling with behavioral health, substance abuse, but I think that you are, you know, wrapping up that cycle of getting sober, wrapping up that cycle of behavioral health issue, and then you'll be able to address this matter, is what I'm hearing. Okay, the Robin spirit. Okay, let's get it from the book. But I think that, you know, the current gossip on you, Fran, is that we're all lacking closure about this priest in the environment. This could be a tarot reader, someone else doing something spiritual, a yoga teacher, a pole dancing teacher, someone who had children. You know, they saw you as their child. They saw you as someone that they taught, someone that they saw you as a child with behavioral health issues, and and I think that they saw you as just being disordered. But you're just like, some of you guys were throwing a tantrum because this was an illegitimate authority that was seduced, okay? That was literally seduced, Fran. And it's like, now that the truth has come out, everybody's like sick about it. You know what I'm saying? We're sick about this person, this mediation, where we discerned that this person was, you know what I'm saying, that this person was seduced by their spiritual role and doing something negative in the community, Fran, okay? This is really bad. A new beginning, a fresh start is always on its way. Mysteriously, it comes faster if you find productive things to do while awaiting. Sometimes there's hidden growth and opportunities in the in-between. Prepare to begin a new chapter in your story. Note the things you like to change and look for ways of seeing, doing, and being. Are you not the main character in your own life? If not, why? Yeah, I think that if this is like a celebrity, this person is about to put out a new album, or they're about to go on tour again, or this person is trying to move into politics with Donald Trump, or this person is trying to join MAGA, this person is trying to mimic, they're trying to stop you from being the main character in your own life. This is a woman that has been seduced by their role. It's like they have been really, I think that the gossip is that this person, you know, the government actually did give this person a psychic death, LOL, okay? Is that you were, you know, this person has really been trying to steal your, you know, physical body, mind, and spirit, and to stop you from being the main character, especially if you are dating an older man or something like that. They're trying to stop you from having a home because they're obsessed with your reproductive system. Some of them don't have children, but some of them, if they do have children, they're still upset. Like, don't think that just because they have children that they have a stake in the future. We'll take you and the children out. We don't give a fuck about that shit. Fuck them kids, okay? This older woman that's been in the environment has been trying to stop you from being the main character, to steal attention from your older man, to make you more in their awe and less the main character, okay? This has literally been an energy vampire, older woman that have been disconnecting you from your vision, that have been draining your life force energy so that you can't be the main character. And so some of them, they have been trying to like mimic your fashion style, like they have been dressing up as you. Maybe they keep putting on your hairstyle, they keep putting on your clothes, or they keep mimicking your mind, body, and spirit. Maybe they're about to put out a new album, like Beyonce about to put out a new album, or about to go on tour again, and it's going to be another representation of your physical body, mind, and spirit. And this is literally them being seduced by their role as an older woman, or as a big sister, or as someone that's supposed to refine people's character. But this is really their intention. Like some of them trying to get involved in government, or trying to mimic your path in life to stop you from maintaining your path. because they're trying to steal your essence as an energy vampire. But something that you've done gave them a psychic death, and like the productivity that you've been engaging in, it shows that this person is just like watching you be productive and then trying to mimic the result of your productivity, that this is not actually a result of their productivity. They're just an energy vampire. So that's dead and gone. We're done. Okay, clown ass bitch, we don't want no twin hoe. You a grown ass woman, like back up. You all over here on the children and shit. Okay. So the Robin, offering protection through storms, reinvention, releasing grudges, optimism, confidence, sharing stories and history. Another new beginning. This person is trying to start a new beginning, but it's going to try to be another result of your productivity. They're going to try to mimic your life path again, to try to make them more mature looking than you or something. Not the old woman, okay? LOL is always on its way. Mysteriously, it comes faster if you find productive things. Did we read this already? I think we did. Did we read this already? Prepare to begin a new chapter in your story. Know the things we like to change. Okay. The world is filled with spectacular wonders, including you. Yeah, I think that there's reinvention and protection, of this woman's evil. Somebody that keeps trying to do something mature around and mimic your life path so that you're not the main character. And so I think that's something that you've done to dotted line. I'm hearing you dotted line to the military, you dotted line to the government, you dotted line to the police, and showed them that this woman has been seduced by their spiritual role, being the older woman, the big sister archetype in the community. And we are very burdened by this, but we have all the information that we need and know that this person is seduced. That's weird, by the children. This woman in the environment has been seduced by the children, trying to suppress the children from having leadership positions, or trying to stop you from having a home with your older man. And something that you've done to reinvent yourself moved you away from this person. So if they keep mimicking you, that means that that's not them being a spiritual role. That's not them being an authority. That's them being an energy vampire. So we're done. Okay, that's the current gossip on you, friend. That's tea. We done. Case closed. There's no more mediation. But I think that this mediation has been a journey of you discovering yourself, especially through the reflection of this woman who's been obsessed with you, observing you on your life path, going, navigating the world, and trying to, while you're still in your immature state, trying to stop you from having your intimacy with this partner, or trying to make you the servant and stop you from being the main character. And I think that what you've done recently have dotted line and have offered you protection in this reinvention. Okay, thank you so much, group 3. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you guys in the next one.